It's Gypsy Man, and we're gonna talk about, training basically, like how you should feel after training. I'm gonna call him the Voice. I've been seeing his channel, and he talks about how sore he might be after he's training in his arms or whatever. I can understand if you run around and stuff like that, the hip area, maybe your lower back. Depends on how fit you are. Fitness is important when it comes to this training. You know, it's just as important as you run around pulling this trigger. So I disagree with the idea that you should be sore when you're training. If you're training properly, this person says if you're training properly, you should be sore after each session. And I just want to remind people that we're shooting 9 mil. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason why you should be tired or hurt after shooting my 9 mil, especially if you're shooting them out a 2011, which is taking most of the blunt of all of the impact, right? And then you got your lighter frame striker fire guns that basically are, they may move a little bit more in certain people's hands, but these guns don't move either. It's a 9 mil. The idea of having a comp on a 9 millimeter gun. I know we all like to play with guns. We all think that just noticeable difference is going to make a big difference, and it's not. It's just noticeable. It's a 9 mil. You don't need a comp on a 9 mil gun, but it's your money. Spend your money however you want to. But for those who haven't pulled the trigger on the comp yet, don't waste your money. Just go out there and get your grip right. You know what I'm saying? As long as you got a good grip, you won't have to spend money on a comp. It's a 9 mil. Now, if you were shooting 40, 45, that may help you a little bit. Like 40, admittedly, when I shoot 40, anything will help you with a 40, because a 40, you're going to feel a 40. Now, if you're shooting 40 cal, 45, you might be sore after you shoot, because you're definitely going to feel that Glock finger. I don't get that Glock finger when I shoot 9 mil at all. I can shoot 9 mil. I could shoot 500 whatever rounds. Now, would I shoot 500 rounds when I in one training session? No. I like to limit my rounds. I like to take it down to like 250, most likely 2, and just concentrate on, first of all, concentration is important. Like having a plan, having intentions before you even get into the range, and staying disciplined to what you want to train with will save you a lot of rounds. Another thing that's going to save you a lot of rounds is how much time you're putting into dry firing at home. And if you're getting sore from dry firing, which it sounds like somebody might be getting, you shouldn't be getting sore in your forearms from dry firing because your grip is too tight. So what I notice is that people who get sore in their forearms when they shoot, they've learned from certain people that you gotta deft grip your strong grip. All right, you don't need to deft grip your strong hand. You don't need to do that. You don't have to. Your master grip doesn't have to be a deft grip. And I always look at people's hands, and if I could see the whites, or I could see their veins popping. My veins always pop, but I can see that knuckle popping out. I'm like, you holding the gun too tight. You're just doing that too tight. Crush it with your support hand. Everybody knows that. That knows anything about shooting, that has any type of number of years in shooting. You crush it with your support hand, which basically will allow you to take some pressure, a lot of pressure, off of your strong hand, your master grip, which will allow you to pull the trigger easier and with more control. You can't do that when you're deft gripping your master grip and trying to pull that trigger finger. It's not going to work for you, and you're going to get sore. You're letting the recoil, instead of using those big muscles in the upper arm and the shoulders, let that absorb your recoil. Let that take the blunt of it. You shouldn't have your arms extended all the way out in your grip. You shouldn't be feeling sore right here, and if you're feeling sore right here, you're putting too much pressure on your master grip. Loosen that up a little bit and use this hand to crush, and then get a good grip on your gun. It's like what I'm noticing today as shooters get younger and younger, and I see a lot of gun tubers out there, and people have more money, frankly. People got more money. They're spending a lot of money on guns. A lot of people collecting guns, shooting a quarter of them, or whatever they decide to do. But Everybody wants a gun that shoots flatter. Everybody wants a gun that has a comp on it. Everybody wants a gun that has ports in it. Everybody wants the trigger that will move the gun less and less. Everybody want a lighter trigger. And I'm like, yo, what happened? And I'm an OG, right? What happened to this learning how to shoot? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if it's a generational thing, but you know, when I was coming up, you had to learn how to actually shoot. You had to master those skills. And like today, you don't even have to do that, even with the dot. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had to master our irons. And once you have mastered your irons, you can pretty much shoot everything, right? Now you're opening up both eyes. You know, I shoot with both eyes open, irons and of course the dot. But a lot of people, I still see people shooting with one eye with the irons instead of having both eyes open. Like, you just got to train yourself into being a better mechanical shooter, right? You got to get good at those things. You got to get good at shooting. I see a lot of good marksmen out here. A lot of good marksmen, but when you start to tell them to take a step, all that marksmanship goes out the window. And now you have to be like, wow, there's levels to it, right? You have beginner, intermediate, novice, whatever you want to call it, whatever level you want to be at, you know. The reason why we get into the gaming of guns, right? And a lot of things I don't agree with that, but you know, we're all in it. It's fun. It gives you something to do with the tools that you invested in. You know, we develop bad habits in a lot of different realms of shooting, right? And what I would like to see, and everybody's working towards, is all of it coming together and you developing the skills that can really serve you, not only in the gaming world, but also in the realm of self-defense for those who are professionals in combat and things such, you know, things such as that. Shooting on the move is critical, right? Critical. Like, being a good marksman is like the beginner stage of, now you need to start moving. And once you start moving, you know, you start to see where you lack at. Now you're developing so many more skills. That's why I do like the shooting sports. When you start to move around and you're starting to shoot and you start to see what you need to work on, taking it to the next level, making you more confident than possibly your opponent that hopefully you'll never encounter. You know, and especially not another professional. So shooting on the move. Once you got your marksmanship, you need to start moving, right? Then you need to, in a perfect world, get those things to come together. And over time, this is how they come together. They keep coming together. And as you get better and better, it gets slower to bring it all together, because it's like you get here real quick and then it starts to slow down as your skill gets better, because we're always trying to not even achieve perfection, but we're just trying to just be great at what we're trying to do. So that's where I'm at, and that's why I would like to see most of the people who are in this sport that take it seriously, because I feel safer when I'm around people that are just shooters. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just know what they're doing, and you can tell because everybody goes to the range, and the first thing you do, you starting to check out people's gear. You starting to just eyeball them. You know, you're making assumptions. You know, you might be right about some of them, and there's gonna be some surprises, and you might meet somebody like me that doesn't look like they shoot. You know, I have my gear, but I don't wear kit. I don't wear knee pads and all those things. I don't do all that stuff. I just come off the street and I shoot. You won't even know I shoot, and I like it that way. What do you call it? Not even the gray man. I don't even know what to call it. I'm just me. So I like when people make assumptions. Then you go out there and you just do your thing. Because I think of shooting like golf. Like, you're not really going against the next person. You're really going against the course, right? The target. And that's how I like to think of it, which takes a lot of, some people get anxiety. It keeps that on the low, right? All the pressure is just on you to do better, to get better. And just the little things, like I don't put too many shooting videos of me up because I don't want my channel to be focused on shooting like everybody else's. I'm more on the technical side of things and just a few philosophies here and there. And I just want conversation. Like, conversation is more important to me than, like you see, I don't have any commercials in my videos, so I'd rather have conversation than make money off of this, because I don't make no money, and I don't care if I do, because I don't have to live off this, and I don't want to live off this. So I just want to talk. I'm just shooting my shit. You know what I mean? But I'm sure there's some things I missed in all of this. But I'm sure I'll make some videos in the future, some ideas coming to my head. So, Gypsy Man, and we'll talk soon. Peace.